All right. We got what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes to pop a beer and find out what the hell is going on with this Diddy situation. What's the latest on that? Big shout out to you if you're tuning into this or seeing this later on as a replay. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. I would really appreciate you hitting the like button. Still a very small channel. Still a very, very, very early step in the growth journey. So I'm so glad that you got to witness the early beginnings. But first of all, let's not go any further and talk about the name of the channel is Botswana Reacts. I basically react to whatever is going on, whatever the vibe leads to. And today's vibe has unfortunately led to Diddy. We gotta find what the diddler is up to, find out what is going on with that situation. I have heard that yesterday was probably one of the most explosive of uh, um, testimonies. Pardon my big glass, my big cup. I didn't know I was that thirsty. I did not know I was that thirsty. But anyway, um, but here we that's what Diddy said on the that man was I think he was drinking baby oil. I think he was drinking baby oil. I said it before that on this previous show on this channel, on the first show on this channel, that I have never ever heard of anybody that likes baby oil as much as the diddler does. So anyway, um we are going to go straight into it and find out what it is on the latest Diddy trial updates, pardon me. And we know that Capricorn Clark has been on the stand. She's taken the stand and, talking about, actually, a couple of people have taken the stand today. I think that makes it a total of probably 17 or 18 people, somewhere around that ballpark. But the main thing is on the stand right now at this very moment is Deontay Nash, a celebrity stylist and friend of Cassie Ventura, who is testifying. He's describing times he says he witnessed Combs be violent with Cassie Ventura, the prosecution's star witness who testified previously about the physical and sexual abuse she says she endured from Combs. Now, later today, prosecutors have said they intend to call a woman called Mia, who is one of Combs's former assistant and an alleged victim, to the stand. So they got Mia, they got as we said, um uh whatever her name is, Capricorn Clark, which is a very good rapper name if you ask me. The names that are coming out of this trial is crazy. The Punisher, Capricorn Clark. What? Names I never thought I'd be saying in 2025. But anyway, so remember the federal charges. Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that include racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. If convicted on all counts, he could face up to life in prison. So about 5 minutes ago, Deontay Nash said he would help Cassie Ventura hide from Combs, often at hotels. Imagine this lifestyle, I used to, now I'm invested in this story because I used to look up to P. Diddy. And obviously I looked up to, I think the P. Diddy J Lo romance was the one that I was like really sad about. And then afterwards I was just more like, oh, okay. This is like an episode of um I don't even know what show to compare it to, because it was just like, oh, Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy's dating this person. Big up to Doctor in the building, says Diddy is sick as fuck. They do not know who. Do you know who I feel sorry for? His daughters. They have to sit there and listen to what their father did to people. 100%. The waiting room. 100%. I think they also had the graduation just a few weeks ago during the trial. Maybe I think last week. It's graduation season right now, especially in America. So they had prom last week. Imagine having to go through prom, and this is what your life is right now. And you went from living the life of, you know, glamour and a life that many people looked up to, and now your dad is his laundry is out there, and all the nasty things that he has done, and actually not all, some of the nasty things. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Nash testified, by the way, that he talked to Coram about the violence against Cassie. Coram said she'd speak to Combs about it. Nash said, but the violence continued. Nash testified that he never reported any of the violence he witnessed out of fear that Combs would retaliate. There seems to be a consistent theme with everybody that is involved with P. Diddy and in the P. Diddy circle, that once you're sucked into that vacuum, it's very difficult to say, look, I don't agree with what's going on. I'm going to go tell the authorities. Because one, you fear for your life. Two, you're also bamboozled by the glitz and glamour of that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's actually very, very, very interesting to see. It's like a vacuum. It's like a vortex. You just go in there and you can never come out until the vortex decides to spit you out. That is pretty much how it's going on. Because like Capricorn Clark's testimony yesterday was talking about this on her first day at work. Now, Capricorn Clark, for anybody that doesn't know, is somebody who's been in the industry for a long time. She's worked for so many prominent figures, and she gave a testimony that on her first day at work, Diddy found out that, like, well, she used to work for Suge Knight, and Suge Knight is like one of Diddy's rivals. Death Row Records. We're talking about people that when this feud rivalry goes back to Tupac Biggie days, and now Diddy found that out and was like obviously trying to protect himself and his empire, saying, if you're an informant, if you're going to be here in a rat and hear any connection, you will become unalived. You'll be thrown into the East River. So that was her first day of work, and she had to do like a lie detector test for 5 full consecutive days, 7-8 hours, grueling sessions, and she couldn't even tell any of her friends or family members about it. So it's crazy. But then after she got through that, then she became part of she started off working for Diddy as an assistant for maybe 2 to 3 years. And then they parted ways, and then she came back and became an ambassador for, I think, Ciroc, or Sean John, the Sean John Enterprise. So it's kind of crazy to hear that. Like, so the reason why I'm bringing her up, or her journey up in a very, very truncated way, is that she knew about the wrongdoings. As a matter of fact, when you are a personal assistant, you become P. Diddy's shadow. You become Diddy's baby oil carrier. Let's be real. She even mentioned this, that even sometimes at the hotels, Kim Porter would come once a week, and Diddy would sometimes, even if they're not, going on an extended like stay at a hotel, he'd have a to-go bag that had Astroglide to go, baby oil to go, couple of pills to go, shrooms to go, so it was just like, God, how much drugs are you going to take? So anyway, so yeah, this is about 10 minutes ago. So Nash testified to elements of control he witnessed. Now we're talking about Deontay Nash, right? The stylist's testimony so far, which is sort of describing the same way that Diddy is controlling and coercing people to run his racketeering conspiracy operation. So he testified that Cassie's entire persona, her wardrobe, her hair, was all controlled by Combs. But more so, he had actually heard Combs say, I'm going to beat you. That he had heard Combs say, I'm not going to release your music. That he had heard Combs say that he was actually going to get her parents fired. This is what So what was said in court today. So all of these things are threats that speak not only to the underlying RICO charge, which, by the way, looking back to the indictment, part of the prosecution's narrative is that he coerces women into romantic relationships under the guise of dating, but it's really for the purpose of engaging in sex trafficking. It's a very complicated charge, you know. It's a very complicated charge to um, beyond reasonable doubt prove that there is a RICO part to it, because that implies that it's consistent. The RICOs is things that are associated with mafia, so it's one of those things that it's just like, how in the world is this prosecution going to win this? I don't know. There was also files for mistrial that Diddy's defense filed for, right? Claims for a mistrial, and I think those claims have been sort of put aside. And yeah, and this is kind of crazy now that breaking news. Cassie Ventura has given birth to her third child. Hey. What? Cassie has given birth to her third. Damn. This is like crazy. I mean, she was very pregnant in the court when she was testifying last week. I hope it's not like a premature thing. But Ventura and her husband, Alex Fine, welcomed the son. They are also the parents of two young daughters, Frankie and Sunny. I actually did not know about the other two daughters, This is crazy. Alex Fine has built a life with Cassie. And I'm not saying crazy as in he is a simp or anything like that, even though there's reports. So yeah, this is wild. I cannot. Yeah, this is crazy. It's one of those things I just can't believe. Like, you can't script it. You can't script this. I think it's all the stress, says doctor. Yeah, it must be the stress getting to her right now, She was 8 months ish. Damn. This can't be easy. I sometimes wish Wendy Williams was healthy mentally, because she's one of the few that for years has been saying that Diddy was sick and needed to be in jail. I didn't know Wendy Williams was going through it like that. I did not know about that at all. Yikes. Okay. Well, welcome to did they give the name of the child? I don't think so. It's a son. That's all we know so far. Now, Combs' former stylist, who's on the stand right now at this very moment, Deontay Nash, said he stopped working for Diddy in 2018, but they've kept in touch, occasionally talking over the phone or text message. How do you keep in touch with somebody who threatens you? He said he would act loving towards Combs when they spoke, despite everything he witnessed and personally endured. He noted that he has not pursued legal action or made a money demand against Combs. He said, I don't. It's just not in me. Wow. Talking about if he was asked if he hates Combs. He says, I don't. It's not just in me. So, Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey completed the direct examination of Deontay Nash, who is a celebrity stylist and friend of Cassie Ventura, before the jury was dismissed for a brief recess. And now the next defense attorney will be finishing this after the break. And I believe this is 3 minutes ago. Matter of fact, let me check the inner city press, because that's also really where you get the closest to transcripts about what is happening in this case. So yeah, craziness. Let's see what the inner city press is saying. Because if the recess is on right now, this very second, hold on. Yeah, I feel like they just went into recess right now. So yeah, let's see another person that I've been following on this. It's kind of crazy because it's one of those wild it's like a movie in the way this Diddy situation is unraveling. Diddy trial recess is on at this very moment. Big up to you if you're just tuning in. Much appreciation. Let's hear a different perspective and see what people are saying about this right now, because the trial has everybody talking, especially because Cassie's stylist is somebody who was there very close to all the happenings. So there was also obviously the defense was also poking holes into Kid Cudi's testimony. That's also another thing that's happened earlier on today. This is the one about the mistrial. Okay, the request for the mistrial was denied. Let's hear this quickly. How am I gonna share this? Hold on. Just give me a moment to figure my bearings out. Dog, this is crazy. Shout out to Manj in the building. Doctor says it's Stockholm syndrome. It can't be Stockholm syndrome for everybody. Like even the ones that were not sleeping with PDD, like somebody like whatever her name is, Capricorn Clock. It can't be Stockholm syndrome. Like you go back to somebody who threatened you. Make that make sense. That don't connect to me. That does not compute. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here with this mistrial denial that Diddy's team faced. They are literally fighting everything. Like your obsession with Diddy, big up Riri in the building. Yo, Diddy is an icon or was an icon and inspiration to many black kids around the world. And I was in a village in Africa being like, I want to be like that guy. Look at how successful he is. Employing, creating jobs for black people, creating like, being him. It was crazy. It was something to look up to. And now to see the fall of the Diddy empire, it's just like, damn. My Lord.
Developments just within the past hour in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Combs. We've just learned the judge has denied a request by the defense for a mistrial to be declared. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live outside the courthouse with the very latest. Darla.
Well, David, just this morning, this request for a mistrial and the denial by Judge Arun Subramanian centers around the testimony of arson investigator Lance Jimenez and this Kid Cudi car fire. This Kid Cudi car fire is a big part of the prosecution's case. And this was a moment inside of the courtroom that none of us saw coming.
This Kid Cudi car fire thing, I have no idea how they're gonna prove it, because they have an arson specialist who's there. And you know what I found out today? That somebody, They said one, they have partial DNA, so they can never really tell that it's who it is, right? Two, what they can tell from the partial DNA is that it leads to a female. Three, they use the Molotov cocktail, and the so it's like a uh they use the like it's like a bomb that you make. It's like a little explosive thing that you make. And also check this out. The person who was committing this left the lighter in Kid Cudi's Porsche. So the whoever the hit man or hit woman was, they ain't hitting. They ain't fucked up. What? How do you leave a lighter at the scene of the crime? And not only that, they used an old English bottle, a 40-ounce old English bottle with a designer handkerchief. Like, so if you don't know what for old English is, let me show you real quick. Let me show you. You're going to be like, what in the world? How do you use this is like Hollywood, be like ghetto-ness in Hollywood. So it's crazy. How do you use a designer handkerchief, and then you take like this what do you call it, whiskey malt liquor bottle, and leave a lighter at the scene, because they poured gasoline in there, and they try to burn the thing, right? The handkerchief, use it as the wick, you know to so it was a really, really poorly done Molotov cocktail. And I'm not even good at, I don't even know about, I learned first thing about Molotov cocktails with this trial. So yeah, this is partially why I'm like, what? And the other thing that came out too was that Kid Cudi left out some important details. He let when he gave his testimony. So this is very intriguing how it's gonna play out, because it feels like there is a definite intention to obviously put Diddy behind bars, but I don't know if they're gonna put him in for the right thing. Okay, recess is done. The cross-examination has resumed, and my lord, I cannot wait to check this out later. Because if you know anything about Diddy's defense team, I think he has a team of 9 lawyers or 10 lawyers, and they are all specialists, and they all know how to like really, really poke holes into the testimonies that I given in this case. So I am going to be so looking forward to this. I might have to, we got to do a stream later on to really catch up on this, because I want to do a deep dive with no baby oil onto this Diddy situation. So big up to you for being here, for hitting the like button. Shout out to Young Poppy in the building. It's ghetto chic, Luen, you're right. You're right. Yeah. We're definitely gonna go watch that, a soccer match, football match. So that is why we gotta take a break from this. Now, when the Diddy situation started in the 80s, I think. Doctor, you're onto something here, because I feel like what's her name? The alias that Diddy, I was just thinking about this. The alias that Diddy used to use to check into hotels was Frank Black. And Biggie, his nickname was Frank White. And I don't know, let's be frank here. Some been going on for a while here, and there's all these rumors that partially why Biggie was unalived or his life was taken was because he wanted to get away from this Diddy vortex. And it seems like there is a consistent theme about anybody that is trying to leave, they get like they lose their life, they lose something happens to them. So jeez, it's crazy because this is all covered up with the glitz and glamour that we see when we see Diddy and all of them going to south of France, going to the movie premieres, going to like all these um, you know music award shows, all the fashion weeks, all that glamour, all that stuff is just the peppering of a nasty, evil world. And we are seeing it all play out in front of us. The question is, how many more celebrities are going to be involved? How is there going to be any unexpected twists and turns into this case? My guess is hell yeah, especially later on this week when they're getting into the hard drives. We're going to be there. We're going to be there for that. And also the moment when, like, I feel like there has to be some testimonies that are given that are gonna, some people are gonna get paid off, or some people, there's a chance for people to be paid off, and Diddy's money and protectors are not just gonna sit there and watch it all just like unravel like that. Or is it gonna be another twist in the tail where whatever happened to Mr. Jeffrey, God forbid, we hear Diddy decided to take his own life. Things can happen. It's just crazy, especially given the fact that like there is just so much going on, especially also new reports that Diddy's son is also facing some charges. It's like, what? Is this gonna stop? What's gonna happen? Yo, make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And now all of a sudden, take that takes a new meaning. SLD can't stop, won't stop. Also, I want to know his daddy or mommy issues. When you're talking about this stemming from the 80s, let's not forget that Diddy's father was involved with the Frank Lucases and with like he was in the gangster life. And now also the rise of Diddy and how it all like coincides with like when the Clive date. Yo, we're gonna do a deep dive into this because I don't want to open a can of worms when I want to make the stream 30 minutes and we're already at the last minute of the stream. I also think he has something to do with Tupac and Biggie. We go we gonna unpack that for sure. Bad boy just means something different now. I'm a bad boy. Craziness. And yeah, well, we know he's going to jail, so the "We Ain't Going Nowhere" song doesn't hold that much value now, right? Craziness. Bring Mace to the stand. Who else? Mace, J-Lo. We talked about J-Lo. She was having a make out session on stage with a bunch of her dancers. I don't know if she was missing the freak off, so she's trying to make a statement or she's trying to be relevant. I have no idea what J-Lo is trying to do, but you know what? Hey, who are we to judge? The other thing is also I also heard I want to see what Jay-Z's ties to this is, because Jay-Z and Diddy been close like this for a very long time. And all of a sudden, Jay-Z quiet. Like, what is that all about? The silence is deafening to me. We need a statement from Jigga. J-Lo ain't want nothing to do with this. But she must know something. Like, there's no way brother been carrying baby oil since the 80s and J-Lo didn't know nothing about it. Asha spent 3 years with Justin. Ooh, the list goes on. The list goes on. She left him right after the shooting in the club. Yeah, but I think that was more her seeing the physical violence. What about the other kinds of violence? But good thing for J Lo is that she had her own brand and her own journey, and she decided, you know what, I am not going to stick around and be see how all this mess unravels. So shout out to J Lo for that. But then they broke up for a while, got back together. Craziness. But all I know is there has to be more people involved, and we're waiting for them to come out and the details to come out. Who else likes baby oil? We know Steve Harvey does. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Steve Harvey baby oil. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, my name is Botswana. This is Botswana Reacts. Don't forget to hit the like button. And yeah, take that. See you soon. We gonna have to look back at today's trial. I think late night tonight. We gotta do a stream again or early in the morning tomorrow and see what other details have been exposed in this Diddy trial. Shout out to you again one more time. Lots of appreciation, and I'm gonna go and watch a football match now. Just because y'all see Jay and him in some pics of social events, the community thinks they were buddies. Riri, ain't no way they are not buddies. It's this one. I remember one video where Diddy and Jay-Z. Matter of fact, let's save this for the next show. We need to do a deep dive of how Jay-Z got Beyonce. I can't lie. I'll tell you that one. SLD, it's called Ka-ching. That's how it, like when you're broke, they're like, damn, look at that guy's lips. They so big. Damn. And then all of a sudden, when you got money, they be like, that guy's lips are lush. You know what I mean? It's just the money, SLD. But yeah, and I saw like pictures of like Beyonce's ex, who's like just a regular looking guy, and I was just like, wow, craziness. Anyway, guys, we out of here. Thank you for a very fun, spontaneous catch up. I don't know how this is already 33 minutes when it feels like 5 minutes. One last check at the Diddy trial. Like, I think they just came back from recess. Man, let's save some for later. Hit the like button. We out. Peace.